Once upon a time, in a lush and tranquil forest, there lived a graceful navy deer named Daisy. Her fur was a deep, calming navy blue that seemed to blend seamlessly with the twilight sky. Daisy was known far and wide for her gentle spirit and her ability to make others feel better through her compassion. Daisy's home was a cozy meadow surrounded by tall oak trees and vibrant wildflowers. She lived there with her family, her wise mother, Mrs. Deer, her adventurous father, Mr. Deer, and her playful little brother, Leo. Each evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the sky turned a magnificent array of colors, Mrs. Deer would gather Daisy and Leo close for bedtime stories and important lessons about life. Tonight was a special evening, with a lesson about a powerful virtue. "Tonight, we are going to explore the power of compassion," Mrs. Deer said, her voice soft and warm. Daisy and Leo snuggled closer, eager to learn. Daisy's large, curious eyes widened. "What is compassion, Mama?" she asked. "Compassion is about showing kindness and understanding towards others, especially when they are in distress or need help," Mrs. Deer explained gently. "It means being aware of others' feelings and offering support and care. Compassion helps to build stronger bonds and makes the world a more caring place." The next morning, with the sun shining brightly and the forest full of life, Daisy set out with a heart full of purpose. As she wandered through the forest, her keen eyes caught sight of a little squirrel named Sammy, sitting alone by the riverbank. Sammy looked distressed and disheartened. Daisy approached with a kind and concerned expression. "Hello, Sammy. You seem upset. What's troubling you?" Sammy looked up, his eyes filled with tears. "Oh, Daisy, I'm so worried. I was gathering nuts for winter, but I accidentally dropped them all into the river. Now I have no food stored up, and winter is coming soon. I'm afraid I won't have enough to eat." Daisy's heart went out to Sammy. She knew how important it was to be prepared for the cold months ahead. Without hesitation, she said, "Don't worry, Sammy. I'll help you. We can work together to gather more nuts, and I'll also see if I can find some extra food to help you out." Sammy's face brightened with hope and relief. "Thank you, Daisy. I didn't think anyone would offer to help me. I'm so grateful for your kindness." Daisy and Sammy set off on their mission. Daisy used her sharp senses to locate the best nut trees in the forest. They worked side by side, with Daisy fluttering gracefully through the trees and Sammy using his nimble paws to gather nuts. Daisy also searched for other food sources and found some ripe berries and nutritious seeds hidden in the underbrush. As they gathered the food, Daisy spoke encouragingly to Sammy. "You're doing a great job, Sammy. I know it's hard, but we'll get through this together. Helping each other is what makes us strong." Sammy's spirits lifted with each nut they collected. "I've never felt so supported before. Your compassion is making a big difference in my life." When their baskets were full, Daisy and Sammy made their way back to Sammy's cozy home. Sammy's house was a snug little nest in a tree hollow, and Daisy was impressed by how neatly Sammy had organized his small home. Sammy looked at the abundance of food with astonishment. "I can't believe how much we've collected. This will keep me well stocked for the winter. You've truly saved me from a difficult situation." Daisy smiled warmly. "I'm glad I could help. It's important to show compassion, not just by giving, but by understanding and sharing in others' difficulties. Compassion makes us all feel valued and connected." As the sun began to set, casting a soft, golden glow over the forest, Daisy said her goodbyes and made her way home. When she arrived, her parents greeted her with pride and love. How was your day, Daisy? Mrs. Deer asked with a gentle smile. Daisy's eyes sparkled with happiness. It was wonderful. I helped Sammy collect food for the winter, and he was so grateful. I felt really good knowing I made a difference in his life. Mr. Deer nodded approvingly. You've done a marvelous thing, Daisy. Compassion is indeed a powerful force. It not only helps others in their time of need but also fills our hearts with joy and fulfillment. As Mrs. Deer tucked Daisy and Leo into their cozy beds that night, she said softly, "Remember, showing compassion is one of the most beautiful ways to care for others. It strengthens our bonds and makes the world a kinder place." Daisy closed her eyes, feeling a profound sense of peace and joy. She dreamed of more ways to show compassion and support to those around her. She knew that by reaching out with kindness and understanding, she could help create a more loving